What is up, YouTube? We're back. Alex here representing only the best fitness brand around, GoodMuscle. Today, we're in the gym, we're out here. We're about to do back and biceps. And today's, we're gonna shift things a little bit. So the last few videos we've done have been kind of informational, like execution and like, you know, some nerd stuff. Today, I'm just gonna kind of hammer through what my workout looks like right now. And just have fun today. I got a big guy coming in here. Nowhere to be seen, so we'll see if he really does show up. But I got a buddy coming in and we're just gonna smash back and biceps. Just to clarify, if you haven't been following me on Instagram or YouTube, the goal is always to get big, right? We just wanna get big muscles, we wanna get big and strong. So I'm about 6 or 7 weeks into this kind of programming that we'll do today. So in the beginning, it's a lot of like 6 to 8 and just like creating the stimulus for growth. Today, since I am a little bit further into the program, we'll do a little bit more volume. We'll hit our meat and taters, and then we'll just pump some blood into the back and the biceps. So today's gonna be really fun. Along the way, I may just go over some cues because we will do like a lat specific row. So there are things that we need to make sure we're doing, and hopefully my buddy shows up because I know he'll do them wrong. So I'll be able to tweak him and show you guys, like, you know, how to do it and have him as the model. But for the most part, we're just gonna get big and juicy today. All right, guys, so we're gonna start with deadlift because I like to deadlift. And I've been trying to work up to a 405. Probably won't happen today, but I just like to deadlift. It's a good meat and taters movement. So the blood will be flowing, we'll be sweating by the end, and then we can kind of get into like the, what's the word I'm looking for? The isolated movements. So more like scapula, shoulder blades, lats specifically, and all that good stuff. But we'll start here, meat and taters. We got the big guy, he finally showed up. He says he's ready to work out, so we'll see. So we did our meat and taters, we did the deadlift. We're gonna go into TBar, so we're hitting like upper back, scapula. Now the main thing that we wanna focus on here is not just lifting the weight up and down, but letting the shoulder blades articulate. So making sure that we're going into this full retraction of the shoulder blades and then bringing the scap back into retraction and then pulling through that. So the idea is like how well can we squeeze the shoulder blades together? Because we can easily make this just a kind of this like almost a back extension if we don't do it right. So Josh is gonna do this for us. He's gonna move his shoulder blades so they're gonna go from here and come back in the end to here. Ready, boss? So you're gonna grab up top and you're just let your shoulder blades articulate. Yeah, so you're gonna bring them all here and then everything's gonna come together and squeezing everything back, yeah. So he's got his shoulder blades full retracted at this start point, and he's gonna bring back, he's gonna flare his elbows, and he's gonna squeeze everything up here. As he goes down, he's gonna control that weight. He's gonna let the scap spread. He's gonna bring everything back and squeeze these shoulder blades together. Boom. So as we climb up in weight, the main thing that I see is people start just yanking stuff around. And so we don't get this movement here. This movement is what we're looking for. So if he can go forward and back and squeeze the shoulder blades, and he can do that with 3 plates on there, he's gonna have a big back. If we just yank stuff around, we're kind of just wasting our time in here. So that looks perfect. And we're just gonna follow that cue, shoulder blades forward and together. Boom. Next thing we're gonna do is the single arm row specifically for lats. So we have to set this up a certain way. So I'm gonna have Josh here set up with, let's start with your left side. So plant your left foot, leave the other one on the ground. So he's gonna plant this foot, he's gonna straighten this leg out. So grab that, same arm. He's got his other foot planted on the ground. He's gonna get this foot, so he's straightened out from here. It's gonna start at this point. So he's gonna protract this shoulder. Nope, he's not gonna row like that. That was wrong, don't do that. He's gonna externally rotate at the top. From there, he's gonna drop the shoulder and he's gonna pull that elbow down into his pocket. Like so. He's gonna follow that stretch, protracted shoulder. Don't let the stack hit. Reach, externally rotate, and pull through. So this will get his lats right here. So we're shortening this muscle from the shoulder down below. It's too heavy for him, I think, so. Is it too heavy for you? No. I'm just giving him shit. But this is for lats specifically. We already hit upper back and scapula. So as we pull through, we're just trying to hit this side, these handlebars. Yep. You better grab those 110s, bro. Okay, so next thing we got is RDLs. So RDLs are gonna be a hip dominant movement, hip hinge. So we're gonna work the hamstrings. Now we did deadlift in the beginning, so we kind of got like that whole posterior chain. We gave it a little rest as we did like the accessories for upper back and lats, so now we're coming back to it. The cool thing about the RDL is we're gonna get the hamstrings and we're also gonna get the erectors along the whole spine. They're really doing like an isometric to stabilize, you know, the torso. So we're kind of just finishing off the rest of the back. And we're going heavy. So, I don't know, he's got 65s. I think he said it's because he wants to get his form right, but he's probably just weak. All right, here we go, man. Stand on a plate. Oh, because you got lots of range.
My arms are super long.
Oh, yeah. So there's not too much to this as long as you can manage a proper hip hinge. Hips are going back. Why do you deload every time?
Warming up.
My grandma deloads every time. Hips back, so he's getting his erectors all the way down there. Now I'd like him to get just a little bit more pelvic rotation as he gets to the top, because he'll get a lot more out of his glutes when he squeezes his big old butt cheeks together. Yeah. Nice. so we did the RDL. We're gonna go into a double dumbbell row, focusing on the same things we did with this T-bar. So bringing the shoulder blades from here to here. We're going with an 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and then 12 to 15. So we're just pumping blood into the back. We're gonna be in this position here. So we just kind of just smashed the rest of the hamstrings and what was left of our erector. So we're just pumping a bunch of blood in there, getting kind of that metabolic stimulus at the end of finishing, kind of bringing back full circle. And then we'll move to arms. So next thing we're doing is single arm preacher. So the reason that I really like to make this a staple for the arms is because we can line everything up. So Josh is a bigger guy, so his shoulders are wider. So he's got a little bit of this, this angle to his arms. So ideally, like if you just stand straight up, like you need to have shoulder in line with the elbow. So like my arm, you can kind of tell, like if you get a straight shot, like my arm kind of jets out this way. So if I'm just gonna, do barbell curls, over time my elbows just hurt. Josh, like his arm, he doesn't have too much of like this carrying angle. You go like straight up with the camera, like he's pretty straight. But the cool thing about this is we can isolate both arms. We can get this mid-range position where we're strongest, and we can just overload the shit out of the bicep and line everything up from the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. So get set up, and let's just show them like how we can line this all up. So, barbell, you're stuck in this really supinated position. If you can't get there, it's, you end up just smashing the elbows. But here, we can line the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. So as he goes through this, he can isolate, he can control, we can go slow, we can really work this eccentric. So go through a couple reps. Show these people your big old guns. So we can just isolate right there and squeeze and lining everything up, working each one individually. So this is like just a staple. He does these all the time. That's why his arms are so big, right? No, but I really like this exercise, like all jokes aside. I think it's one of the best that you can do. If you struggle with growing your biceps, or if you've dealt with elbow pain already, I think this one is something that you should really put in and make sure that you're smashing this upper arm down. Use this lat to bring the shoulder down so we can just smash everything. So the good thing, like you can see with Josh, is he's not letting this glenohumeral joint roll forward and back. So a lot of times we see this little hunch here. And basically all we're doing is we're taking that tension away from the bicep and letting the shoulder joint kind of just work around that. So make it hard, make the bicep work, and smash these sets. Looks good, man. Cool. Last but not least, we're going to do an incline curl, finish off the biceps. Shoulder blades are coming together. He's just going to stay, everything's going to stay in stone as far as like his position of the shoulder blades. He's going to go in this full stretch, and he's just going to, it's all the movements going to happen at the elbow. So he's just coming up, he's just squeezing the bicep. This will be our finisher. So what he's going to do here, he's going to go 8 to 10. With these 20s, he's going to drop the weight. He's going to go 10 to 12. He's going to drop the weight again and go 12 to 15. And then he's going to hold 30 seconds at the bottom. And this is just, again, that metabolic finish to the day. Yeah. The main thing you don't want to happen is you don't want this glenohumeral joint, again, rolling back and forth. So he's got everything in stone back here, which is good. All right, drop that weight. 15s. He's going 10 to 12. I think his arms are growing as we speak. Right before our eyes, his biceps they're growing. It's such an anabolic workout we did today. He's already bigger and stronger. Come on, man. That's it? You need 12? All right, guys, back and biceps. I got a good back and bicep workout. I don't know about this guy. He talked the whole time. Anyways, that's a wrap. I'm tanked. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe, because we got more stuff. This guy, he might come back. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Anyways, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like, because, you know, there's an algorithm to everything. Let's get some more subscribers. Let's get some more likes. Comment below if you want to see Josh on the YouTube again. Make sure to tell him to work harder down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace and love. Thanks to Ryan for coming out. Thanks to Josh for coming out. Best friend. Here we go. Thanks, buddy.
And cut.